What if you're not depressed, but you're just exhausted by existing? Every morning you wake up, get dressed, go to work, reply to messages, smile at people, and do everything you're supposed to do. Then you get home, throw yourself onto your bed, and start scrolling. Hours disappear. You aren't looking for entertainment anymore, you're looking for escape. Then you see someone traveling, buying a house, getting promoted, or falling in love, and suddenly your own life feels heavier. You don't want your life to end. You just wish it would stop demanding so much from you. People call this laziness. They tell you to be more disciplined, to exercise, or simply think positive. But what if your problem isn't motivation? What if your brain has quietly switched into survival mode? Today, you'll discover why existing can sometimes feel exhausting. What psychology says is happening inside your mind and how you slowly find your way back. Psychologists describe this feeling as existential exhaustion. Imagine your brain as a phone with dozens of apps running in the background. One worries about money, another replays embarrassing memories, another compares your life to strangers online, another keeps reminding you of unfinished responsibilities. None of these thoughts seem overwhelming on their own, but together they quietly drain your mental battery. That's why you can spend an entire evening doing nothing and still feel exhausted. Your body rested, your mind never did. Modern life overloads your brain every single day. Notifications, emails, news, social media, and constant decisions all compete for your attention. Your brain wasn't built for endless stimulation. Eventually, even simple choices like what to eat, whether to reply to a text, or whether to leave the house begin to feel strangely difficult. Not because they're hard, but because your mental energy has already been spent. Then something even stranger begins to happen. Psychologists call this anhedonia, the reduced ability to experience pleasure. The hobbies that once excited you now feel emotionally flat. Your favorite songs become background noise. Movies lose your attention halfway through. Friends invite you out, but instead of feeling excited, you immediately think about how much energy it'll take just to get ready. You're not overwhelmed with sadness, you're surrounded by emotional silence. This is why so many people mistake survival mode for laziness. Have you ever spent hours scrolling through short videos while feeling guilty the entire time? Or watched the same TV series again instead of starting something new? An exhausted brain craves predictability. Every swipe gives you a tiny burst of dopamine without asking much in return. It doesn't solve your exhaustion, it only distracts you for a moment. The same thing slowly happens to your relationships. A friend asks if you'd like to grab coffee. You want to say yes, but your brain instantly calculates the effort. Getting dressed, driving there, holding a conversation, smiling, listening. Suddenly replying to one message feels harder than staying silent. Days become weeks and the guilt grows heavier. Not because you don't care, but because your emotional battery is almost empty. The hardest part is that almost nobody notices. You still go to work, you meet deadlines, you smile during conversations. From the outside, you look perfectly fine. But the moment you close your front door, the performance ends. You collapse onto your bed because every bit of energy was spent convincing the world you were okay. The mask protects your image, but it slowly drains your soul. So how do you escape this cycle? Not by forcing yourself to work harder, not by pretending tomorrow will magically be different. Recovery begins by helping your nervous system feel safe again. First, stop pretending you're okay all the time. Constantly wearing a mask consumes enormous mental energy. You don't have to tell everyone your story, but let at least one trusted person know how you're really feeling. Sometimes saying, "I've been mentally exhausted lately," is enough. Honesty removes the pressure of acting. Second, reduce unnecessary decisions. Eat simple meals, wear familiar clothes, follow the basic routine. Every small decision you remove gives your brain a little more space to recover. When life becomes more predictable, your nervous system slowly stops expecting another emergency. Finally, replace distraction with genuine rest. Scrolling isn't rest, it's stimulation. Put your phone away for 15 minutes. Sit quietly. Take a slow walk. Watch the sky. Listen to the wind. Let your mind experience silence again. At first, it will feel uncomfortable, but that's usually the moment your nervous system finally begins switching out of survival mode. If you've been feeling tired of existing, remember this: you are not weak. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You've simply been carrying more than your mind was designed to carry. Just because your struggle is invisible doesn't mean it isn't real. Think about winter. A tree doesn't bloom all year. There are seasons where everything on the surface looks lifeless, yet beneath the ground the roots are growing stronger. You have seasons too. Right now, your job may not be to thrive. Your job may simply be to recover. So stop comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. Some days your greatest achievement isn't changing your life, it's getting out of bed, drinking a glass of water, answering one message, or simply making it through another day. That is still progress. Healing rarely happens all at once, it happens quietly. One small decision, one peaceful moment, one deep breath at a time. If this video made you feel understood, leave a comment in the comments so someone else knows they aren't walking through this alone. And if you enjoy exploring the hidden psychology behind everyday life, subscribe to Teeh, Psyche. Until next time, take care of your mind, because the relationship you have with yourself shapes every other part of your life.